Thank you.
No problem.
Kenny, when you get back to town, I got some stuff you're gonna need to sign. Okay,
Hey, Tim, just scribble, you know how I sign my name, Kenny Cates. Just do that for me and go ahead and that way you can move the paperwork along.
or you can make me a stamp. I have a stamp for Mark and for Richard, but that's it.
You need a stamp?
If you want.
I don't have one,
Oh, okay.
okay? Just scribble my name on there, you know, Kenny Cates.
Give me your checkbook and I'll do it too. I'll practice on that.
I tell you what, it's hard to copy my way I write. That way will save you the time of waiting on me. Why don't you see if you can get Randy to,
Huh?
Oh, maybe 61st of the year. And we all 65,000 last time. Yeah, waiting 3 hours. 4 trucks.
Did I give you your packet, Gordon? I gave you your stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was like looking for it. All right, Kenny's already on.
Okay.
If you have any questions on that, I can answer. Claims.
Have to help me because
We don't have a whole lot on. I never fought very quick.
I think so. Sometimes I.
Raymond, go ahead and sit up.
So it doesn't come. I don't have a get it there anymore.
Have an extra
You talk about
what's the
screen that
green?
I gathered, you guys want to look at. And from Michigan Permanent counties. This is Monroe Ditch, there's 5, there's State Road 18, he's wanting to clear, we've got this part cleared there. We got this part cleared for about 2 miles this direction. He's wanting to do, he's gonna get an estimate from Ager, and he's wanting.
Jim, does that ditch run north of 18?
Yes. Runs from State Road 5 east. Oh, clear over to almost Jerry Schultz's place.
Okay,
Got his branch drain cleaned from Jerry Schultz to, Monroe.
Let's see. 2 people there on the.
Brian's incognito.
Yeah. We're here on the 10th. Kenny looks like. Look at the minutes. Kenny looks like wrong. I think I was there. He's a Kenny, but.
Kenny's working in the shadows.
No, I was there. Pat and Richard was there, Kenny got wet in it, so. And we, approved those minutes.
Yeah.
And approve them.
Because we'll have 2. You'll abstain, so it'll be 2 then.
Okay. I know they said we had to have 3.
Have to have 3 here.
Yeah, so. My clock shows it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
We'll call the drainage board to order for January 31. We'll have the approval of the minutes from January 10th first. Yeah,
We're proving it for the 10th.
yeah.
And you got them.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes from
Okay,
the 10th.
okay, there's a motion.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Pinkerton. Second from Mr. Cox to approve the minutes of January 10th. Any questions? Favor the motion would say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye on WebEx.
Well, and Gordon abstains. Yeah. Are we ready for the, walk us through the claims, Jim? Or what we got? Okay,
Chronicle Tribune, $47.52 for a legal ad on Lumble Tile, $10,854 in the fund. Redmond Excavating, this all on Redmond is the last of the work that we had out this year, catch up with, so we're done after this. Redmond Excavating, $36,000 on Potter Creek, $68,276.93 in the fund. Redmond Excavating, $3,040 on Potter Creek. Again, there's $68,000 in the fund. And Redmond Excavating, $8,140 on Potter Creek. Redmond Excavating, Barron Creek, $8,400, $58,157 in the fund. And Redmond Excavating, $13,081.19 on Barron Creek.
Has it got those two done?
Yeah, everything's done.
everything's done. Everybody happy? Maybe not, but
Bills paid, they're still paying?
Well, the one landowner said it looked like a moonscape out there now, and they lost some of their, windbreak for their long driveway, but we stayed off their driveway. And I told him, let Mother Nature let it settle some, and
Yeah.
we'll see what it looks like in the spring, because we could come back and have a local contractor just grade it and seed it a little bit. We left the lady some trees that she wanted. But, and then there was an old where, one of the Pence drain run down, there was an old concrete, header that dumped surface water in. It was all cracked up and fallen in, and behind it was all gouged out. So we took that out completely, rip-wrapped that, and rip-wrapped a bad place where water was overflowing next to it. That's what part of the $8,140. We buried the old concrete header.
any, that's ready to make a motion to pay these claims as presented.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Case, we have, make that motion to pay the claims as
Second.
presented. Second, from Mr. Cox. Any other discussion? If not. What's the right one? Motion is- Yeah.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
Two
Aye.
two in-house and one WebEx, and I vote, so I vote too, so the motion is carried. So now we got the Sullivan Excavating on Back Creek.
Sullivan Excavating, $1,800 is all in Back Creek. There's $97,710.68 in the fund.
So what do you do?
And I was gonna read the claim for you. He cleaned out all the gravel bars and anything that was in the channel, holding back water from the Second Street Bridge to the Pearl Street Bridge. There's still a little bit where he'd have to use a mini excavator to get in Terry Stickham's yard. He had, 8 hours with the excavator and operator, $150, so that's $1,200. He had another 4 hours. And that clearing sandbars in Back Creek from Second Street to Pearl Street.
Is that in Fairmount?
No, this was in Jonesboro.
Okay.
There's some houses that are low in there. I think they're finally gonna tear one down. It's water's got south of Second Street. Water's got in so bad before. But these sandbars don't affect that much, but it makes the landowners feel a little better there. If that creek's not backing up, you know.
Yeah. Okay,
Move we pay this claim.
motion by Mr. Cox,
Second.
second from Mr. Pinkerton. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Right back, Court, Mr. Case?
Yeah, aye.
Okay, we have one WebEx, two in-house, and I abstain. Motion carried. We'll get the next one.
On other old business, I just wanted to
Now
ask.
it's got one more claim.
One more claim.
Drury Simon Berman.
Oh, okay, yeah,
This is the final invoice.
what I asked, yeah. I was wondering. Drew Simmons and Borum, $1,577.50 on Hummel Creek.
That's the last of that?
Yep.
Okay. Need a motion to approve the
Make a motion.
Second.
Mr. Case on WebEx, make the motion, Pat Pinkerton seconded. Vote on the motion is. What's the word I want? I'm sorry. We want to vote, we want to
All in
approve
favor.
this.
Yeah, all in favor.
One aye, two ayes,
Aye.
Abstain.
I abstain.
and you abstain. Motion is carried. 2-1, all right? 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, 3-1. Okay. Now then, we go to whole business. We go, little train time, we need we're still fighting that, right, for the lawyers?
As far as I know.
I think we're gonna have to get two lawyers together and,
They ain't ever gonna do it.
They're in the same office, aren't they?
Or are they?
and we're gonna have to get, we're not gonna let this drop because we've let it drop. It's the cost of what, 25,000 to get trees out of there, right? And that's not figured. We're not gonna let it go away. So you keep
We
it.
give 27,000 to get those trees out.
There for 2 years. It ain't
Yeah.
gonna-
Yeah, we're not gonna let it drop. We're gonna get straightened out. We may have to get the lawyers by the back of the neck.
We'll stick Leone on that. Joe Leone.
That doesn't have anything in it.
Not my say.
We can't afford
Anyway, solar ordinance, I don't think there's anything there.
it. In Milton Moon, Kyle had a request for me to call him to talk about it. I just wanted to talk to Gordon. I knew you and Mark had talked.
Right, right.
And I just want to be square on what I need to talk. After talking to you this morning, we need to have a vacation hearing, but the question is, could the money be transferred back to the individuals, their cost share of what's in the kitty?
Well, that's the way it should be. I don't know if we can feasibly do it because if we can transfer it back, Steve Comer could put in what he wants. He doesn't need a bigger ditch because a lot of acreage taken off.
Is the outlet on him?
Yeah.
So if he got his proportionate share gave back to him, then he could spend it
Right there on the ditch.
Yeah.
on the little bit of the tile that we're going to vacate would still be his own private tile and he still utilize it.
He would probably want to go out, not in our easement. He wouldn't.
I want to put another tile,
And,
just completely abandoned and that other one don't do
yeah,
nothing to it.
yeah, abandon it because it's
Flat.
so bad. And, so I would like to see us after it's vacated, so get the money written to the landowners and they can do what.
Probably can't do that, can we?
That's the question to Kyle, right?
Well, I think so, but I don't know how you do it otherwise because the landowners, and I'm one of them, we don't want to leave it in the county. It needs to go back to the people who paid for it, Well,
And they don't want Steve to use it all on his private tile.
well, yeah, he's got a big share of it anyways, but the other people don't, so I guess we're back at the standoff till we know for sure,
So I'm better, I'll call Kyle.
and, I don't know why we paid it in, why can't we get it back when we're
There's probably some rule against it.
Because it's a reimbursement. And they
It's
work
a
it out.
refund, it's a refund.
Different owners.
It's a refund instead of
There's not
reimbursement.
many different owners now. Oh, Comer's owns a big section of it.
There's only like 3 or 4 players.
Yeah, yeah. And I know Mark explained the two houses and
Couple
the other,
homeowners.
they're hooking into dips that Mark and I put in, so they've got an outlet.
Okay.
So,
Do you want me to check with Lori Rogers from State Board of Accounts?
Oh, let me talk to Kyle.
Talk to Kyle.
let's don't get the cart before the horse, because if you get, they may say, no, you can't do it. We want to figure out a way to do it. You know? So let's do that
Okay.
before we do that.
Ask for forgiveness.
Yeah. Yeah, right, right.
Oh, we did this, sorry.
Okay. Do we have a hearing date for the mill alone to vacate or not?
Not yet.
Okay, well,
Let me talk to Kyle
Okay.
and we can set one.
okay. Are we ready to move to new business?
Yeah.
So Randy Thurman's here, but not here.
No, I'd say we table this. He was waiting on getting a quote from Inyard.
Okay,
There was 178,000 in the fund
okay.
still.
We'll go to the maintenance billing for the 2023 collection, needs board approval. And
Mary's on that. She needs to do some questions.
this is the first one is M County.
I think it's really,
Yeah. That's the local.
Okay. We need to
Well, no,
approve this.
is that the joint or the local? I can't see from here. This is at the top, joint or local.
joint,
Yeah, that one's the ones that we bill that send the money into us.
Out of county.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So we have the joint billing.
we collect those monies and send to the other counties, right?
No, they collect.
No, this
that
is what they sent us.
Okay,
We did what we sent them last time, didn't we?
yeah.
So
It's almost worth the paper.
And I've already sent the letters to the surveyors and auditors in the counties.
okay. So we need to approve the maintenance billing for the 2023 collections for what we collect and send out, or they send us. Which is-
They send us. Do we vote on those separate?
There- We have maintenance billing for 2023 collections and joint maintenance billing for 2023 collections.
Yeah, one of them's local and one of
I
them.
think you could vote on the same
I
time.
moved, we could vote them both at the same time?
I think you could.
Let's do them separate. I move that we bill the out-of-county joint maintenance billing that they pay us.
Okay, got a motion to approve the maintenance billing. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Pinkett seconded, and Mr. Cox made the motion. The vote on it, everybody wants, what is your vote? Who wants to approve?
Aye.
Okay, aye, that's three, and what that's,
Aye.
we got three approvals, one WebEx was four, so that motion is carried. Upward side forward. This then is the drains in the county, the maintenance of the drains in the county, joint maintenance. There's less about them. Then we got the county.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Ain't got enough time to look through them.
Yeah,
Very good.
I trust you that you did it right. I move that we approve the maintenance billing collections for 2023 in county.
got a motion Mr. Cox is a second.
Second.
Second from Mr. Pinkerton. All in favor of the motion, please signify. Aye. 3 ayes, 1 Webexter, 4, motion carries. Thank you. We have one more, the Lomax ditch on the agenda. Jim, you wanna bring us up to date what we got there?
And, or Richard can sign that.
Okay.
Trying to get us signing
I
that.
didn't sign it? Oh, I passed it on, I didn't sign it, sorry.
And keep an eye on you.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get a rubber stamp.
I've got a rubber stamp.
I think she does.
Yeah,
Okay, Jim.
Okay. The Lomax ditch, we've, last few years, we've been having a beaver problem. Mr. Tippy's here today. We have $37,579 in the fund. I talked to him about, our responsibility, and we talked about, Morlock Wildlife Control, trying to get in there and trap what's on the main line. I can see one little dam from 38th Street. The other dams have been back where that drain comes in from the east, from the big pond, right behind the shopping center. And he would just have to keep separate, when he's working in the easement, bill us, and then build a subdivision association for what's out of the easement. And I just wanted you to help me remember, does our county ditch easement, did it stop right here? Cause that's where the open channel stopped.
Probably.
And then the rest of this is all.
Probably went on down.
We ought to stop at 38th Street.
Yeah, there used to be a head wall there. Robert Wimmer's ground all come into it.
Whether it's tile or what, I thought it went on down because that was one of the things was the drainage board was not going to abandon this because of
Okay.
this property down.
That's what I wanted
Yeah.
you to tell me. So we would be good to get any of the beavers in this whole line all the way through down to 44th Street, 38th Street. But if they were out in the ponds, the two additional ponds, or that wet area where the pine trees are being flooded and dying, then that would be on the landowners association.
There's a ditch that goes up towards that car wash.
Yeah,
And the Beavers has got a house or home or whatever they call them up there.
yeah, that'd be out of our easement. Some of them,
Well, it don't make any difference. If you don't get them all, why, they'll be back.
and the contractor or the wildlife guy, he'd probably have to get in a canoe or something. May have to be a little warmer weather, cause he can do this any time of the year. The only way to get out in there and get them traps set is the little boat.
You Bob Tip?
Yes, I'm Bob.
Okay.
I'm Secretary of the Homeowner Association. Not a job you really want, but
Somebody's gonna do it.
that's right.
What do you want us to do and what can we do? I mean, Jim and I will have to decide
Yeah,
what we
okay.
can do.
Like you were saying, and I don't know how far back your easement goes, so our board has voted that we will take care of the part of the bill from the trapper. Indianapolis had done it before. We just took over the associated last year. And, they were hiring somebody else and I don't think they did a very good job. So it wasn't Morlock as far as I know. And I think you told me that they warranty and they will make sure that they're out of there. So our board has voted, yes, we will take care of the part that's on our property. And, if you will help with the other part. And the dam needs to go sometime soon. It's probably up, might be up 2 feet. And we also had, 4 or 5 houses down from me on that east side, right behind Meyer and all that. 2 people lost, cherry trees 6 inches out of the yard.
They're
So
ready to get rid of the beavers then, aren't they?
they're ready, yes, and they're letting us know.
Well, the beavers took the cherry trees down.
Oh, okay. They didn't flood them.
That's right, it didn't flood, they just needed more material, so.
We think it's kind of funny because we understand a lot of the homeowners that don't have a problem until they lose their trees.
Oh, yeah, I know that, I realize that, but I saw it before that. My house is just on that just east of or the long pond down, the north-south pond behind Meyer there. And my wife gets nervous.
If I talk to this guy and see what his schedule is, then, you know, I'd like, maybe we could meet at your address.
Absolutely.
And then he could get your contact information and then I'll explain the situation. I'll have a map. We can go up to where they are, where that other pond comes in from the east and,
Mhm.
and you know, I'll line up Sullivan's too, but we really about need to trap them at their,
Yeah.
at their dam
Yeah, you gotta get rid of the beaver.
and then check them out. And
If it's
like I've
possible,
told you, if it's a dry ground,
I know.
we could get a little truck back there to dump it all in and haul it off. Otherwise, we've just left our little piles there before.
You can see what's there over the real narrow part before it gets back to the bigger one. And I don't know, there's a lodge or whatever, the house back there, and like you were saying, it's out kind of in the middle, according to how high water is. And, so, yeah, before spring rains would be nice, but there's an, off the street drain that comes into that pond right on 38th Street. It's probably, you know, it's usually a couple feet down and then that drain is.
It's into that drain a little bit now.
It is, and
I stopped
it looks
looking
like
at
there's
it.
only 4 or 5 inches above the water level now, so I don't know when that will stop draining.
We did have when Sullivan's out there, I did have him fish out some of the
Yes.
styrofoam panels that have blown away. That's been a long time ago, but
Yeah, but it happened because the builders, you know, the developer did not, or Arbor Homes or whoever didn't.
high winds or something blew a lot of them. But they're into that other big lake too.
Yeah, they didn't protect it very well, they didn't tie it down very well, so anyway.
But if we see
we're done with
more
it.
when Sullivan's out there, I'll tell him to get them.
Great.
Jim,
Yeah,
that, I think there's 2 dams and a house, beaver house. The beaver house is up on the one that goes towards, the car wash, okay?
yeah.
We've been getting some beavers and I tell you what, they're running pretty close to 70 pound a piece. Okay?
Yeah,
They took down some pretty good
And-
spots.
You're gonna have to get coordinated on this thing because, when you send Sullivan's out there, you gotta let these beaver trappers know so they can get their traps out of the water. Because,
I'll tell him not to go until we hear from the wildlife guy that he's got them.
because if you get a trapper, you know, that was one of the problems that John East of Marion was a trapping out there. And I don't know if the city brought, Dave's Excavating in or the guys out there brought Dave's Excavating in, but when they did, they tore their traps up and they don't want to come back.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna have better cooperation because we're not taking too.
Yeah, I didn't know Dave's excavating was out there. I knew, Sullivan's did. He'd been out there twice.
So,
Does the city send them out there or what? Ask Pat.
No,
was it a, private individual?
Could have been.
That we can control. I mean, yeah, we can, but, we need to get coordination so that we can still get the beavers out and then get the cleaned up. But,
Yeah, hopefully nobody will vandalize his traps.
well, you might, as association secretary, send out notes. We're going to get, what we're going to do.
Okay, are you saying that maybe somebody from the association called and had somebody else come out? Okay,
We don't know for sure.
okay, all right. I think we're in control of that. We do have a company that's managing the HOA for us, the financials and all that. And he had called somebody last year, and I don't remember who it was, but it wasn't this group, Morlock. So I will make sure that he knows, and I don't think any individuals, I don't know if I know if any individuals called somebody, but
Is
it
there,
should go through us.
Yeah,
would there be a good time for you to meet us?
Yeah, one times I'm busy on Tuesday mornings, sometimes food pantry and Monday afternoon. So most of the time I'm retired and I would be able to
I'll
meet.
see what his schedule, how soon he could get there and
You
do
have
this.
my number right there.
Yeah, I do.
it'd be good to we get them here pretty quick.
The problem is, the word's out on the river that there's a peaceful community. If you just go to the end of this creek,
That's right.
you know.
You're right.
But I did a walk down the river a couple months ago and they're just chewing down, you have a cottonwood tree this big and they're just chewing the bark off of it. There's gonna be a lot of great big trees dead in the next few years.
But we used this Warlock on Grassy Fork a few years ago, and he guaranteed, so he'll go back, but you need to see what the warranty is.
That's what didn't happen with the group we hired last year. Yeah, and so, but we were new to it. We didn't really know
It's 1 year that they warranty it.
So
a year. So it might be a yearly thing.
we'll
Well,
get,
if you get it,
Much tree to trap them in on this site.
yeah,
if you get a trapper in there, you want to make sure you let him know before you send an excavator in there, a mini excavator, whatever, okay?
I will.
yeah.
Sullivan was in there, I don't know, a few years ago. And then I was told Dave's excavating was in there.
Yeah,
When when Dave was in there, they tore traps out.
but I'll tell him not to move on it, just have it on his agenda and not to move on it until we hear from the trapper that
Right.
he thinks he's ready.
Okay.
Hopefully that'll coordinate about springtime.
Yeah.
So we can pop these out.
Yeah.
You know,
And then maybe they get them when before they have the babies. A lot of times, I think it was that guy, he cut them open to see how many babies he got. So,
That's thorough.
yeah. Anyway,
don't kill the beaver.
Did he charge extra?
I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna do the drainage board and Jim Todd, coordinate this, see if we get rid of the beavers. So your cooperation, and we try to work and get the problem solved.
Absolutely.
Okay,
We'll do everything we can.
anything else?
I'll be giving you a call.
Is there anything we need to approve? Any motion or anything like that?
Just to pay, to pay the part for our easement.
Okay,
Anything he traps from 41st Street to
so
38th Street.
we need a motion for that. today.
Yeah, to pay for that and 75-foot easement.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, I'd make a motion that we reimburse the trapper. As a second for Mr. Cox. Did you hear that, Kenny?
Yeah, you
Okay.
what?
Motion to we'll pay the one of our easement. And the homeowners will pay their part, so. Okay.
Yeah.
Motion, say aye. Aye. What are you going to do, Kenny?
Yeah, aye.
Okay. One web aye, three in-house aye, motion's carried then, so,
Thank you.
okay. Any other business? Yeah.
Ryan Malott has some information on the pond ordinance, if he's there.
Okay,
Ryan?
Here he comes.
yes,
Yes, I emailed out, the first draft, that I put together for a, pond, ordinance. You guys should all got that here a couple hours ago, but, just kind of start taking a look at it, seeing what you think. You know, it's kind of, we just got something on paper. Now it's time for you guys to start molding it. Figure I'll give you guys a couple weeks, maybe come to the next drainage board and talk about it a little bit, if that works for you guys.
okay.
I kept it down. It's less than 100 pages.
Okay. I haven't seen it yet. Okay, anything else?
That's it.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you. Any other business that goes to be brought before the drainage board?
I want to know how warm is it in Florida, Kenny?
It's been cold, okay? But I tell you what, down here, you can't believe the devastation. How we had 11, 12 foot of water come across this island down here. And anything that was lower than 12 foot is trash. Okay,
Okay,
we've been 100 days, we don't have electricity down there at our place yet.
any idea when you'll get electricity and stuff?
They're working on it. They're working on it. It's not so much electricity. Yeah, it is. Electricity, pumps and all that, elevator. I'm staying over on Cape Coral. And there's all kind of blue roofs down here everywhere.
You mean tarps, is what you're saying?
Yeah, tarps.
It's not funny, but
We're all doing
You know
that.
what, there was a few days when you had 35-degree weather up there, we was around 38 to 40. You know, of an afternoon, it'll get warm. But, it's nothing normal down here. We're
okay.
trying to get it back in, get things going back.
Good luck.
Good luck, Kenny. We.
Ready for you ready for a Johnson motion?
Yep. You making it,
Yeah, I'll make it. I'm making motion to adjourn.
Mr. Gates?
Second.
Second, Mr. Cox. All in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye, okay, it's carried. Thank you.
You guys be careful. I guess you had a lot of ice and stuff up there, haven't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, we had some.
It's cold.
get better.
Anyway, thank you, fellas.
You know, I think I'd rather have 0 here than 38 in Florida.
My daughter called me.